Hey everyone, in this video we're going to go through some of the ways that you can prepare your home to sell here in Airdrie to ensure that it shows the absolute best that it can on the day you get it listed. And I've added one bonus step at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around until the end so you don't miss that one. And please give this video a like, it really does help me get these videos in front of others, and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the Airdrie related content that we put out. Alright, well let's get into it. So selling your home usually doesn't need to be a last minute scramble. The earlier you start to prepare, the better off that you're going to be. The first thing that can be done is to take a look around at your stuff. How much stuff have you accumulated over the years that you no longer need in your house? It's time to get rid of all the extra. Sell it, donate it, garbage it, or put it in storage. It doesn't matter to me or the buyers of your house, but it does need to be gone. We want just enough furniture and accessories to make your home look good and nice, but you don't want any more than necessary. This step can start many months in advance, as likely the stuff you're getting rid of will be stuff that you haven't touched in many months or even years. And don't forget the outside of your home on this step either. Do you have a pile of building materials beside your home or under your deck? Make sure that all the clutter outside is taken care of as well. So step one, declutter, and this includes those personal items like family photos and things like that in your house. All right, moving on to number two. As you're going through your home, take note of any repairs that need to be done before your sale. You may already know about some of the bigger jobs that need to happen, but sometimes the simple, small repairs make a big difference when it comes to your sale. For example, maybe you have some loose or squeaky hinges on doors or cabinets, or maybe you have a lock or a door that's a bit sticky. These types of little things people are sure to notice as they walk through your house, and they're very simple, cheap repairs, so fix them now and avoid making a bad impression later. Now, if you take note of these things months in advance, it gives you plenty of time to actually make the repair before you go and list your home. So now you've started on decluttering and getting repairs done, and that brings us now to step three, which is getting a staging consultation done. Many people think that they know the ins and outs of staging a home, and it's true that lots of people have a pretty good eye for what looks good and what doesn't, but bringing in a professional stager to do a unbiased consultation takes it to that next level. For all of my listings, I have my stager go through the house at my cost and do a consultation with the sellers. She goes through the home room by room and writes up a report on exactly what can be done in each space to make sure that it can show the absolute best it can. And this can be done anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months in advance. You want this to come after a lot of the decluttering is already done, so that they can really help you fine-tune the staging with the items that you have left in the house versus having to look past all of the extra. Keep in mind that depending on how much decor you have left, they may suggest taking some more out, or they might suggest adding some more pieces to help add to the space, which might just mean a trip to HomeSense. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of the finer staging details in this video, as this can be different for every home and every room, but once you're at this step and you have the stager's report, you're going to have a personalized report on exactly how to get your home ready for sale from a design standpoint. Which brings us to number 4 on our list, and that is paint. I can't think of one thing that will give you a better return on your investment than a simple paint job, especially if you have lots of dings in your walls or some funky colors that won't appeal to the masses when you go to sell. Now, I know I hear a lot of people say, well, I don't want to paint because the buyer can just paint it whatever color they like, or it's just painting, it's cheap, and people will be able to look past that. And those make sense, but it's honestly just not true. Even though it's a very simple thing to change and fairly inexpensive, the majority of buyers out there just can't picture a space a different color than it is right now, even if they say that they can. Buying a home is a very emotionally charged experience, and walking into a room with old or funky colors may not allow them to have that perfect emotional connection to your home, even if they can picture it with a different color. But coming into a room with a nice bright color with 0 dings on the walls definitely helps give that right first impression. And if painting is something that you plan to do, it's a great idea to ask the stager when they come through what color might be best for your space. And now for the fifth thing you can do to prepare your home, we're gonna move outside. Now being here in Alberta, your exterior work is gonna depend on the time of year. Now you should have decluttered outside already when you were working on step number 1, so let's look at the rest. And that's gonna start with your landscaping. You wanna make sure the landscaping is looking nice. If you have grass, fertilize it and water it as often as allowed so it's nice and green for your sale. And of course, make sure to keep it nice and mowed. Make sure any trees and shrubs are pruned accordingly so they aren't blocking any of the walking paths or just looking overgrown in general. And make sure that all the weeds are pulled as well. If it hasn't been done in a while, a good pressure washing can make a big difference when it comes to the curb appeal, and cleaning out those gutters can make a difference come the inspection. And of course, while you're outside, take a look at your decks. Just like the paint helps the inside, if your deck needs a refresh, a new coat of paint or stain can go a long way. Now moving on to number 6 on our list, get those windows cleaned inside and out. Whether you do this yourself or hire a company to do it, this can make a big difference when buyers are inside your home and looking around. Those clean windows often won't get recognized or appreciated, but on the flip side, the dirty windows will almost be mentioned every time. And when we're trying to capture the buyer's attention for the 15 to 30 minutes that they're in the home, we don't want them to be focusing on the negative things. For this one, I'd probably plan to do it sometime in the couple weeks leading up to your listing so that cleaning is nice and fresh when those first people are coming through. And the 7th thing on our list is to air out your home. Fresh air is always going to be better than any air freshener that you can put in your home. When the buyers come in and they smell a strong air freshener in a home, every single time the first thing that they say is, what are these people trying to hide? And it's every single time. So avoid those strong air fresheners in your home. And if you want to take this a step further, and this isn't a required step by any means, but in addition to opening those windows to get the fresh air in, the next best thing is the smell of fresh baking. And if you're not a good baker, get a box of those uncooked cookies from Costco and toss a few of those in before your showings, and your home is going to smell incredible when people show up. All right, well, that does it for our 7 things that you can do to prepare your home for sale here in Airdrie. But I did mention that I had a bonus step for you as well, and this one doesn't have anything to do with the look of your home, but it can be very beneficial to you as the seller, and that is getting a pre-inspection done on your home. Getting a pre-inspection done on your home can help you in a couple ways. One, it can bring to light all the items that will come up on the inspection that the buyer will have done. So it gives you an opportunity to get ahead of the 8 ball and maybe make some repairs that you feel necessary before the buyer does their own inspection. And second, and I've seen this happen before, where the buyer has reviewed the pre-inspection on a home and decided not to put an inspection condition on their offer, which makes for a cleaner offer for you as the seller from the buyer. All right, so there are 8 things that you can do to prepare your home for sale. If you are thinking about selling in the future, please reach out anytime. I'd be more than happy to have a consultation with you so we can start to put a plan in action. And typically the first step is just simply learning what your home is currently worth in today's market. So if you'd like to get a free home evaluation done, reach out anytime or click the link in the description and we can get that done for you. My name is Brad Walker. I'm a local realtor here in Airdrie with Real Broker, and we'll see you on the next video.